Prime Minister Modi announced new economic corridor to counter China's One Belt, One Road, adding proposed corridor could emerge as an effective means of economic integration between India, West Asia and Europe. Throughout its presidency of G20, India shares a vision of being the voice of Global South, and the country has ensured to walk the talk with its focus on raising concerns.
Just a week before the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Damodar Das Modi turned 73 years old, he was hailed as the Vishwa Guru at the Global Summit of G20. He had a difficult task of bringing a polarized world on one platform, and he did it with elan. Putting economics first, he ensured that geopolitics played a second fiddle to strengthen trade and business. The revival of the spice route that connects India with the Middle East and Europe was his trump card.
इसी कॉरिडोर से केवल दोनों देशों ही आपस में नहीं जोड़ेगा, परंतु एशिया, पश्चिम एशिया और यूरोप के बीच आर्थिक सहयोग, ऊर्जा के विकास और डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी को बल देगा.
Between Saudi Arabia also and India, beneficial relations for both countries. There was no disagreement at all during the history of this relationship, but there is cooperation to build the future of our country. We are working through this council to achieve these accomplishments.
At the heart of it was his resurgent India branding. He used it in the BRICS summit concluded in August.
वैश्विक अर्थव्यवस्था में उथल-पुथल के बावजूद भारत आज विश्व की फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग मेजर इकोनॉमी है. जल्द ही भारत $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी बन जाएगा. इस बात में कोई संदेह नहीं कि आने वाले वर्षों में भारत विश्व का ग्रोथ इंजन होगा.
This resurgent India was the centerpiece of the exclusive Business Today interview with Prime Minister Narendra Modi right after the conclusion of BRICS summit in Johannesburg. The Prime Minister spoke at length about the impact of India's G20 presidency on the global ecosystem. In a no-holds-barred conversation with the top editorial team of Rahul Kanwal, Siddharth Zarabi and Saurav Majumdar, the Prime Minister laid out the enabling role India is playing on a range of issues. The big takeaway from the over 40-minute interview is the way G20 has changed under India's leadership. To emerge as the voice of the often sidelined Global South. The G20 summit brought developed and developing countries together for the first time to find solutions to global problems. The Prime Minister pushed and ensured the inclusion of the African Union into the G20, emphasizing that India now acts as a catalytic agent for the new global order. Under his stewardship, India combined its G20 presidency with its growing economic clout to make its tryst with history. At a time when countries across the world are trying to repair the damage from the twin shocks of COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war, Global South is the worst victim. The world is also adjusting to a new normal of slower growth, higher inflation, widening socio-economic disparities, and extreme weather-related events. Debt traps laid by China in the process of helping underdeveloped and developing countries have caused great distress. India, under Modi's leadership, created an alternative at the G20 and set the agenda on multilateral development banks for relief. The exclusive August interaction at the PM's sprawling, tastefully done-up office in 7 Lok Kalyan Marg had the Prime Minister dressed immaculately and looking relaxed. He spoke passionately about the opportunity India has to help address areas of global concern. India as a potential manufacturing hub, and much more. The Prime Minister exuded confidence that India was ready for the next phase of economic growth. He listed out the mantras which he felt will power this next wave. Vocal for global, Atmanirbhar Bharat, zero deficit and zero effect, among others. Adding that global manufacturers were coming to India, unfolding an era of unprecedented job creation. According to the Prime Minister, domestic consumption remains strong, and with every indicator looking up, economic growth is bound to be strong. With companies like Tesla lining up for an entry into the Indian market and Apple raising its bets on India, the Prime Minister highlighted the effectiveness of the ease of doing business measures taken by the government in the past few years, saying that massive investments by these companies showed the increasing attractiveness of India as a manufacturing destination. British economist Jim O'Neill, who coined the acronym BRIC in his latest article, hailed Prime Minister Narendra Modi a visionary statesman than Chinese President Xi Jinping. A thumping confirmation of the Vishwa Guru Narendra Modi in every sense.